I don't know how it's happened, but in the blink of an eye, Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant, among others, have become old. Okay? Like, it's just...
Time flies.
Time flies. Like, I'm thinking of... I was watching, or I was reading the Rizzo stuff over the weekend.
Yeah.
If you didn't see the quote, Rizzo told Ken Rosenthal, The Athletic, he still doesn't have a team as of the live recording of this show, said, I'm surprised, but not like crazy surprised, just because I'm a realist in the game and you're getting older. The fact that teams want you to play for basically the league minimum, which is $760,000, I'm like, you guys are crazy. You're almost trying to ruin the market for the next guy. Basically, he's saying he's not going to play. If there's a team out there, the Pirates are somebody that's saying, come play for the minimum, $760,000. Rizzo is saying, thanks, no thanks. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Okay? We'll get to Bryant in a second, but Rizzo alone, okay, there's two parts of that. There's two parts of that when you're sitting there. But the first thing I did was flash back to being at Comcast Sportsnet back in the day and driving to Iowa to see the new guy that they had traded for, Anthony Rizzo, and interviewing him and him saying to me, the future is coming. The future is now. Something like that, right? And I was like, man, this kid's got it. Like, there's some swag to that. Then I watched him hit 2 home runs in 2 days. And the only thing I couldn't figure out was him running down to first base, and it was just like it was like watching a wild bull run down to first. There was just dust everywhere, right? It wasn't graceful, but it was fast enough, and it was like, okay, can't wait to see this guy play. That seems like yesterday in my mind. And to hear him say he realizes he could be done playing Major League Baseball if somebody doesn't give him more than $760,000 is just shocking to me. Not shocking because I don't understand it. It's just one of those reminders where you're like, wow, time really does fly, especially for these Major League athletes.
Yeah.
But also, it has the normal human being in me that says, he's going to walk away from $760,000. I know he's made a lot of money. Do you remember how much $760,000 is?
Yeah.
I know it's the minimum in baseball, and I know you've made millions, but for a man who does so many great things in the community and beyond, there can't be anything else out there that you're most likely going to be like, yeah, I could make $760,000 and I could still do great things with that.
One more Brizzo commercial and he's got that. Nostalgia sells. I don't disagree with him. I mean, if I'm Anthony Rizzo and I've had this long of a career, this name, I would at least need a major league deal that's going to give me $1 million. Chris Flexen got $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, 40-year-old Justin Turner.
With that. It's just the number itself sits to me and goes, well, $760,000 could go a long way.
What, Turner got 6?
Yeah. Turner, 40-year-old Justin Turner got $6 million for 1 year. Like,
yeah, I would be willing to. If I were a team, I'd be willing to give Rizzo that. I have another idea, and it includes Bryant. To me, if Rizzo doesn't get that offer, if Rizzo doesn't get an offer from another team and he's done, then he should get one more offer. And it should be, hi, it's Jed and Tom. We're going to do a ceremonial 1-day contract. You're retiring as a Cub. Are you in? That's how it should go down. Whenever it is time for Rizzo to walk away, and Bryant, both of them should get that more or less ceremonial 1-day contract, and the last team on their sheet should be CHGO Cubs.
Right.
Period.
Well, both are very different situations considering contracts right now. But Rizzo, for me, I think the reason that he hasn't signed with the team, outside of the fact that he probably just doesn't want to make the league minimum, is the fact that he has been hurt the last 2 years. Ever since him and I think it was Fernando Tatis Jr. 2 years ago collided at first base or whatever. The way he got the concussion, like the way the Yankees handled that, like he is just downturn since then. And then last year, the power really disappeared. He had injuries last year too. Everyone always talks about the back. I get it.
They both deal with back issues.
If the Cubs starting first baseman wasn't a left-handed hitter, I would have been pounding the table about it all winter. I want him to sign with the team just so people stop asking me about it at this point, because I'm tired of people asking me about it. But it really doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense for the Cubs. You just sign Justin Turner, a right-handed hitter, to platoon with Michael Busch. And yeah, like it.
By the way, Turner, 1 for 1.
The Cubs are not going to sign him. I will be shocked, absolutely shocked, if he is a Chicago Cub before opening day.
I only mean in the ceremonial way.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just saying this for everyone who continues to come to our chat and ask about it, or people on social media who continue to ask me about it.
I'm surprised.
I get it.
I'm surprised no other team. I'm surprised the White Sox or some team hasn't been like, hey, man, we'll give you 2 years.
I'm surprised the Yankees.
2 years?
Yeah.
That's like 1 year for sure, but the
what
Sox
they
don't need a
what
first
are the Sox paying Benintendi? Their biggest contract in franchise history?
Why do we need to talk about this? Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
He's better than him.
Yeah, and they signed him a mistake 2 years ago. They're not going to sign Rizzo for 2 years.
I agree with Sean. I'm surprised the Yankees just haven't brought him
play
back
for the White Sox.
I'm surprised the Yankees haven't just brought him back.
Right.
To be like a bench player or something. I think that's another thing too, is he probably does want to start. It sounds like he has a lot of pride. He has a lot of pride, and he feels like if he's healthy, he can play. Right?
I appreciate the fact that he's trying to not ruin things for the next guy coming up.
Sure.
Setting the market differently for somebody else. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I just know that the everyday person out there he's turning down $760,000. And they say, can I have half of your talent, please? But no, that's why he has that opportunity. He's played in less than 100 games each of the last 2 years.
Right. So with Rizzo, maybe he's one of those that gets picked up in like May or something. Like a team deals with an injury and they need a guy. It's disrespectful, but I'm looking at him as like a Dom Smith or a Garrett Cooper of last year. That's how I'm looking at him. Not in terms of money, but just
I think he's better than that. I mean, he's
better. No, I agree.
Right now, isn't Anthony Rizzo better than Hosmer was when we signed Hosmer? Or Mancini?
Hosmer got the veteran minimum, though.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
Is he better? I mean, I don't know. I think Rizzo's thing has been injuries. The last 2 years, it's been injuries. It has nothing to do, to me, it has nothing to do with performance. I think it has to do with injuries. Before he collided with Fernando Tatis Jr., he was having an insane season to where I was going to probably sit in here and be like, I can't believe we still haven't fixed first base.
We all silly like the mayor.